Okay, Kieran. So an entertaining evening of football in the FA Cup for us, with a win against Farnham Town on penalties. First of all, just give me your assessment on that. It was a bit of a crazy evening.
Yeah, it was an exciting night. First game for me, first game for a lot of for the players as well. And yeah, it was just exciting. The crowd was amazing. You had loads of people watching, and yeah, it was just an unbelievable night. I'm trying to remember everything that happened throughout the game, but delighted to come away with the victory on penalties to take us into the next round against a team that's in a higher league than us, or a higher standard than us. So yeah, no complaints from me. It was a really, really good night.
And Farnham, obviously, equivalent-wise, they're a league higher than us. But in the first half, we looked like the dominant side with some superb saves from Sam Thompson, and obviously we were dominating up front as well. What do you think went wrong at the start of that second half to go 2-0 down and get a man sent off?
We were really good first half, and I did say to the boys at half time, like, don't come out and start slow, and we actually didn't. It was a free kick that was superbly taken by their player, and it went in straight into the top corner. It's almost sort of knocked the stuffing out of you a little bit, and we're a bit deflated. Then we were chasing the game, the sending off, 2 bookings for Jamal. Disappointed with him on that, although his overall performance was really good throughout the night. He worked his socks off, but that's sort of a learning curve for him. He's been probably one of the standout performers in pre-season, and up until his sending off tonight, he was great. But that's just something that he'll just have to learn as he's sort of evolving as a player and playing with more experienced lads that we've got here, Chrissy, Coops, and Higgs, just to name a few. That the expectation goes up a little bit then, and it's just something that hopefully doesn't creep into his game over the course of the season, because he's going to be really important for us over the whole campaign.
And how difficult was it for you and the players to bounce back from that red card? Because it seemed that the 10 minutes after that sending off, we were really struggling up front because of the lack of Jamal.
Yeah, and they're a good side. They created, not so much first half, but they created a lot of chances in the second. Sam Thompson was deservedly man of the match, along with Jonesy at the back. So we were under the cosh at times, but when we went down to 10 men, I almost felt that it suited us a little bit that I could introduce the changes, and with Wilbur, Ashton and Jimmer who come on, gave us a little bit more creativity. Instead of being so robust without the ball, when we got the ball, we had a little bit more composure. And I think when we were sat in and we were catching on the break when we went 2-0 down, I always fancied us just to get one. I probably didn't think that the comeback on that we had tonight, when we were obviously 2-0 down after about 78 minutes, that would happen. But that's the magic of the FA Cup, as they always say. And the boys that we've got here, I've known a lot of them for a long time. We've had a lot of amazing nights over the years together, and that's the first one in the book for Caution. And
obviously Sam Thompson got man of the match. How important was he for you today, and how important is he going to be for the club in the foreseeable future?
Yeah, he was superb. The couple of saves that he's made, he's probably going to own up to making the mistake before it. The free kick in the first half that he's fumbled, but then made a brilliant second save. But when it comes to the penalty shootout, to save 3 penalties in a row at any standard is superb. But he'll get all the plaudits. But my back four for majority of the game, especially Jonesy today, his first game for the club, like a full game, he was absolutely tremendous. And I think anyone watching tonight will probably pick him as one of the standout players. I know Sam will get the MOM, and deservedly so for all his saves that he's made, but Jonesy was, for me, probably our standout player.
And a massive turnout at the South Bank tonight with lots of supporters. Did that encourage the comeback?
Yeah, when you've got that sort of atmosphere in the place, you can almost feed off it a little bit. When you go 2-0 down, you could almost feel it dampen a little bit, but then like a little chance happened, or a little scrap off the ball, or something just to G the crowd up, and you could almost feed off the energy a little bit. When that first one went in, obviously a mistake by their keeper from Ashton's free kick, you almost had that belief that we might get one more chance. Jimmo's come on, took his goal really, really well. He's unfortunate not to start tonight, but he's picked up a little knock probably about 10 days ago, so coming off the bench he was really lively and done himself no harm for starting on Saturday. But when we got to 2-2, I said to the boys after the full-time whistle went and we knew we were straight to penalties, I said to them, look, it's a free swipe now. You've earned this sort of free token, if you like, after the superb comeback with only 10 minutes to go. So whatever happens.
And obviously looking forward now, Bishop's Lydeard and the start of the season on Saturday. After a performance like that, I mean, how are you going into that game? Are you confident that we can do well this season?
I think we're always going to be confident, especially with the characters that we've brought in this year. But the problem is when you have such a euphoria of up like we have done tonight, normally that you'll go into the Saturday and you almost turn up with a little bit of a lull, or you're thinking it's not going to feel the same as it did in the FA Cup. So it's important that we remember that the league is definitely their bread and butter. Bishop's Lydeard were a superb side last season. I got to watch them a couple of times. I don't know so much about them over pre-season, but it's going to be a tough test for us, and everyone on first game of the season in the league campaign is going to fancy their chances. So, yeah, delighted with tonight, but its focus goes towards Saturday now and making sure we're prepared properly. If I need to make changes, a lot of boys looked a little bit leggy towards the end. A lot of them first proper intense 90 minutes through pre-season is a lot different to competitive football. But if I need to rotate and make changes, that we've got the personnel here to do it for Saturday.
And we're through to the next round of the FA Cup, which is great money for the club, and we're through to play Winchester in the next round. Are you confident that we can pull off a similar performance against a much higher opposition as in Winchester?
Yeah, so I've played against Winchester a few times, or managed the side that when we've played against Winchester a few times. They're a level above what we played today. So the expectation won't be of anything that we need to get a result, but over the years in the FA Cups, the underdog story always seems to sort of pull a good crowd in, as you've seen tonight. But that's another level. I mean, if we can go there, be competitive against a side that are probably challenging for playoffs in the Southern League, and if you can upset them, then that's sort of like a master stroke from ourselves. But there's no sort of pressure. It's going to be another good day out for all the lads to go down. Winchester's a lovely little setup down there. They got a great pitch and a great ground. So I'll know a couple of the lads and a little bit about them from last season. But I'm not really focused too much on that with the league games that we've got coming up before. We'll enjoy a beer in the bar tonight with the rest of the fans that are here and get ready to roll into Saturday for a away trip to Bishop Lydeard.